Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How To App on iOS. And today, man, it's time for one shot, one kill, bang! Dwight, the Hitman Bailey. We're going to kick off with one of his tracks. This is The Lake of Catfish.
Lake of catfish, the lake of catfish, the lake of catfish, at the bottom of the pond. I'm going fishing, fishing for catfish, fishing for catfish at the bottom of the pond. 'Cause I'm the lake of catfish, the lake of catfish, lake of catfish at the bottom of the pond. Lake of catfish, lake of catfish, lake of catfish at the bottom of the pond. Fishing for, lake of catfish at the bottom of the pond. Lake of catfish, lake of catfish, lake of catfish at the bottom of the pond. At the bottom of the pond. Lake of catfish, the lake of catfish at the bottom of the pond. Fishing, I'm fishing for the lake at the bottom of the pond. Bottom of the pond. Lake of catfish, lake of catfish, lake of catfish at the bottom of the pond. Fishing for the catfish, fishing for the catfish at the bottom of the pond. He's at the bottom of the pond. Yeah, I'm trying to catch you there. Yes, I am at the bottom of the pond. He's at the bottom of the pond.
Bang! Welcome, folks, to the show. My name's Jade. This is How to App on iOS, and this is our weekly creator series where we catch up with creative types, people who no matter what their skill level, where they come from, whoever they are, gender, sexuality, whatever it is, we catch up and we find out more about who they are, because it's important to dig deep and find out who these people are who are creating music. Yeah? All right, so welcome to the show. It is 8:07 a.m. here in Australia. If you are watching over on Facebook, I don't know how you're doing it because we don't broadcast there anymore. But welcome to those who are watching on YouTube and those who are watching over at the Twitch at twitch.tv/howtoapp-on-iOS. So let's get into it today. This particular artist I came across Now, I want to say last year, yeah, because that's when I first came across the Metalhead Hippie Show. And most of us now, if you know this channel, or if you're a follower of Pete John's channel, or Ron Ward's channel, or Thomas Christ, or any of the other channels, you will know who Metalhead Hippie is. Metalhead Hippie runs the 6-hour marathon shows where he plays a whole lot of artists. And I first came across this particular artist on the Metalhead Hippie Show. And he has a particular intro that Metalhead Hippie throws down pretty much all the time, and it's become like his catchphrase. So I'm going to try and remember it from memory and do it justice. Maybe I'll try and do it in Metalhead Hippie's voice. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can actually do it. I've got my finger on this button here ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, he's the Mississippi Marauder. Straight out of Flowood, Mississippi. One shot, one kill, bang! He's Dwight, the Hitman Bailey. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show your friend and mine, Dwight, the Hitman Bailey. Dwight, welcome to the show. How are you going today?
Doing good, Jade. Good to see you, Jade.
Good to see you too, my friend. Thank you so very much for coming on the show. And I know you had to move a few mountains to be able to come on the show today. So I thank you very much for doing that. That's very kind of you to spend some time with us. I'm going to ask the first question. How did the Mississippi Marauder one shot, one kill, bang, nickname come about?
It's the Metalhead Hippie. Nicknamed me the Hitman. He is I was watching his show where he was doing Tech Talk Tuesday and stuff like that, and he decided just to start. That's before he even started playing anybody on his channel, So he saw that I had some music videos, and I was hanging out on his channel a lot. So I think it was maybe one of my early River Runs Wild songs. He put up there just to play on his channel. And then so it took off, and he started putting a couple other people in their music up there. And over a period of time, he just saying, since I had so many different songs I was working on and writing, he just called me the Hitman. And then it just got more and more from there. At first it was just Dwight the Hitman Bailey. Then later on he came up with more and more. So all that's for the Metalhead Hippie. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, appreciate it. So
he is here in the chat, by the way. I think he's grocery shopping, so I'm guessing he's in his cart right now, listening to the show.
Okay. Yeah,
I can just imagine him driving along. Boom, yeah, got to get myself some soup. Boom, in the Metalhead Hippie cart.
Yeah.
So when I first heard the name, I thought, oh my God, so is he like a hitman? Is this where this has come from? Or does he murder people? What is it about? But then I think I started to realize it is because you release so many tracks, like a hit machine. I'm guessing that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is, and he just went elaborated more and more on it. So and him and some other people just kept me going and stuff. So like Ben Coombs, he's got a channel, and Terry 3Gs, So they always talked about me some a little bit too. So and at first it started out the channel. I was just gonna see how my different guitars sounded. And I'd written some songs in the past, so I kind of meddled around with it, and it got to where people were watching them more and more. So I said, well, let me make them better and better as best I can, So
the one thing about you that I've noticed is that you are extremely beloved from the community. Like every time you come on, there's an incredible amount of people who really care about you, and I think a lot of people take a lot of interest in you. It's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on the show. You're definitely one of the more unique artists that I see on Hippie Show. You stand out, and that's a good thing as an artist when you stand out. So how has it been like since Metalhead Hippie started playing, doing these shows and promoting so many people? The amount of outpouring that's come towards you, the amount of love towards your music, how has that been for you?
Oh, it's been great. It's been great, and everybody's been great, and like cheering me on, and listening to my songs, and more people, coming over to my channel and commenting on, the different songs I put out. Because some of them are not as good as others, and some of the sound quality, I've been working on that, trying to get my sound better. So if people leave a comment saying, hey, it's not sounding quite as good, just let me know, and I appreciate that. So, because everybody else wants to hear good, clean music too, so they can enjoy. So
yeah, totally. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on as well too, because as Pete John says, we're all just a work in progress. It's his last song that he released, and we're all. He says it too. He says they sound like catchphrases. We all start at zero, and the more we produce and the more that we make, we get better and better. So that's why I do these shows too. Like, I've had artists like Jordan Rudess on the show from Dream Theater, and now I've got Dwight Bailey on the same show. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's learning, no matter what your skill grade is, wherever you're at with technology or whatever it is. And I try and do this show to make sure people who come on leave the show better than when they came on. Not like fixed, or I don't mean it like that, but like, it's like, if you go to the beach, don't leave your garbage at the beach. Take it with you. Leave the beach as it was, if not better than before. I want to ask you this opening question that I ask everybody. So I have a few questions I ask everybody at the start of the show. And the first one is, Dwight, the Hitman Bailey, what does music mean to you?
It's a form of relaxation is one of them. When I listen to music, it puts me in a relaxed state a lot of times, and enjoyable too. So, a lot of, you hear some people write more depressed songs and some people more happy songs and get you more happy. So I like, I kind of pattern my stuff out. Try to be in the happy range, or something unique and fun, so try to cheer you up too, or get you, I just like the sound. I always love the sound of music. So that's,
I could take that the wrong way. I always loved the sound of music. The movie? The movie, The Sound of Music. I remember hearing that as a kid and was like, get this thing off. I hate that movie. I'm joking. So Dwight, do you remember when you were growing up, the music that was played in your household by your parents? And if you do you want to tell us who some of those bands were that you remember, and have they influenced you?
Yeah. My parents listened to they had some old records, like Loretta Lynn. As a matter of fact, when I went to my first concert I went to my parents was Loretta Lynn concert, and she's a really great artist, and it was in a big coliseum. And after the show, she came down to the front, which really impressed me. I haven't seen hardly anybody do that lately. She would sit down right in the front and talk to people and sign stuff for an hour or two after the show. After the show was over with, right down front from the Coliseum, people would walk by and talk to her, So you don't see that too much anymore nowadays, Which that really impressed me, because you could tell that lady, loved what she did. She had a passion for it too.
Yeah. So when you were younger and you would hear this music in the house, what was it an early age you wanted to actually play the music? Did this music inspire you to want to play it, or was it just something that made you feel good?
Yeah, it just made me feel good. And my parents, they listened to Elvis a lot, and some of the Jimmy somebody, I don't remember all the artists they listened to, but and they listen to that a lot. And I'm trying to think what they had. Mostly just had old record players they started out with playing also. Then I got a little older, and some of my friends went to high school and started listening to Def Leppard and stuff. So my first concert was Foreigner, I think, the Jukebox Hero, so that was a great concert. Of course, I live here in Mississippi, so there's not a whole lot here, One of the smaller states there.
I've been to Mississippi was the actual river. That's all.
Yeah.
When I was living in Minneapolis, so I stood next to the Mississippi River, but it was in Minneapolis. So.
Okay, probably small up there.
Yeah.
Was it, Jade? They say. Yeah, when it gets down here, it's like a couple miles across.
And it was very shallow as well. at that time. That was in 2007 to 2016, I think. 2016.
Oh, all right.
So I want to ask you,
Awesome, yeah.
do you recall the first album or that you purchased, and maybe even the first one that you were given as a gift? And was it on cassette, record, or what was it on?
Yeah, mostly had cassettes back in the day. I'm trying to think. I had like
Yeah.
the Scorpions, like Rocky Like a early one, yeah. And I had a couple of Van Halen tapes too. I can't remember which one I got first though. And I think I had a bunch of cassettes, but I've lost them over the years and stuff. And I liked AC/DC a lot too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So was metal your thing? Did you gravitate to metal? I mean, I know you play acoustic guitar as well, but like a lot of your music that you write seems to be around distorted guitars. You've got a lot of flying V's, and that's a very metal thing to have. So what was it about metal that attracted you, or metal rock, or whatever?
I just yeah. Loved the hard driving music, and jamming out and rocking hard. I always loved that, like listen to Metallica, with the headbangers ball and stuff like that. When I was going into college there, the radio stations where I was going to college weren't picked up too good in the dorm, so me and a couple of my friends would get in his car and drive a little bit so we could pick it up and listen to it, and they played it late at night, so we had to drive a little bit to be able to pick up the station so we could listen to some heavy metal,
Yeah, man. I'll never forget the day I've said on this show before that I was sitting outside of my school waiting to go in to class, and somebody put on headphones on my ears. Excuse me. I was already listening to Iron Maiden and was like, yeah, and Twisted Sister and stuff, and was like, this is awesome. And then one of my friends put some headphones on me with a Walkman and played Rain in Blood by Slayer, and there was no turning back after that.
There you go. Yeah.
Once you hear that shit, it's in your blood, and you can't get rid of it. I think. So, when you were growing up and listening to music, and did you have a network of friends who were into metal, that kind of thing?
Yeah, sure did. We lived in a small town back then. It was Port Gibson. It's even smaller where I'm living now. And one of my friends, he actually was he played guitar too, and his house was pretty close, so I could and we used to jam together. I could walk to, so just a block or two away. So I'd just walk to his house, and we'd either play in his garage or up in my room sometimes, So we had a good time doing that.
And that's going to lead me to the first question. Do you remember I'm sure you've had a lot of these, but do you remember what your first guitar was?
Yeah, well, my mom got it for me when I was 13. It was called an Electra. Electra. It was just a basic guitar. It was a great guitar. I traded it for something later on. I wish I would have still had it, back in the day. You had to trade guitars so you could get a better one because, because you were young and you were limited on funds. So I think I traded it in for another guitar or something so I could get a different guitar and like a better one and stuff. I wish I still had it, but it was Electra. And the little amp I had was a little PV Backstage Plus. My first amp
how things have changed when I look around and see all the wall of Marshall stacks that you have compared to that.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised to hear that your first guitar was a bass. I actually thought...
No,
it was a guitar. I misheard.
No, it's a guitar. It was called an Electra. Yeah, sorry. It's the name was Electra. It was just the brand of it, yeah.
Awesome. So you got your first guitar, and I'm guessing you would have been, as you said, jamming with people in garages and stuff. Did you start I remember when I was young too, my first band was called Toilet. Because we sounded like a toilet, we were terrible, and we didn't have a drummer, and we just used rubbish bins with sticks. Do you remember the first kind of jamming, kind of muck around, messing around band with your friends that you had?
Yeah, I was in one called Total Eclipse. They were pretty cool, and we didn't have any microphone stands, so what we did is we took a broom. We found a big water cooler around one of those round water cooler things, and we taped the broom to the water cooler, then taped the microphone to the top of the broom, and to let our singer sing through, So we just did, just crazy different stuff like that. So we always have fun doing stuff.
Absolutely. And I'm sure, like, and I'll get to saying hello to people in the chat. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have done that exact same thing. Sticky tape, got your tape and stuck your microphone to a broom or a mop and done the rock and roll thing. I mean, these are the things you did when you were young because, we didn't live in a world like we do now with, a mic stand on eBay that you can have shipped to your house in 2 days, for $20.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think there was internet back when we started those bands. Yeah, it was back, sure enough, in the day. Or if it was just starting out,
Yeah.
with because I think they had TRS 80 computers, the Radio Shack computers. Were about,
yeah, not a lot of music
yeah.
made on those things back in the day.
Yeah.
So you're jamming around. What were your parents like towards? Hang on, what's going on here? My kid's getting into this metal stuff. I've got a guitar going on. What were their reaction? Because I know my parents hated my metal. They were like, "Get the fuck out of here with this shit. What are you doing?"
That's right. Well, my parents, they stayed at work a lot, and when I was with my parents in Port Gibson, we had like a 2-story house, so I'd wait till they were gone before I really cranked it up. And one of the things was, my mom had got me that little Backstage Plus amp, and so one of the days, it's about an hour away, I'd saved up, so I didn't want to tell my parents I was going to get something bigger, so I went to the music store and got a 412 cabinet, a PB 412, with the Scorpion speakers in it. And when I brought it, so my parents wouldn't find out, I put a blanket over the cabinet, and I put my TV on top of it. So they never even knew I had that 4x12 cabinet.
Now you seem like from my short time, even just chatting with you, which hasn't been a long time, but from me watching you, getting to know you through like your music and seeing you on Metalhead Hippie Show, and even like sometimes being on the hang that Hippie does, you seem like somebody who's very hardworking as a person, and you somebody who saves up money is very, you think about the money that you save because clearly with all the gear that you have. So were you doing this from a young age too? I just have this image of you, whatever little jobs you could do as a kid, busting your ass just so you could get like the next upgrade of amp. Is that what you were like? What kind of jobs did you have to do as a kid to afford all this stuff?
Yeah, sure did. It's like, as a matter of fact, I'm 52 years old now. So my first guitar I got when I was 13, my mom got for me. So ever since then, I've been saving up and trading. As a matter of fact, I got my Silver Surfer guitar. I had to save up for almost 2 summers to pay off for that thing. It's the one I had custom made. I was in college at the time there, and my friends saw I had this cool poster on my wall and said, my friends knew I played guitar. Said, "You ought to get a guitar made out of the Silver Surfer, the poster on it." So I sent it to one of the music stores, and they sent it off to Jackson. It took them a while to make it, a little over a year, but I finally got it. So I had to make a bunch of payments on it, And I was back in about 91, 1991. So that guitar is like 30 years old now, or over 30 years old.
So have you got? I know you have a massive collection of stuff, of guitars and amps, and clearly, have you kept a lot of your old guitars from your younger days?
Yeah, I've got a lot of them. Some of them I do, some of them I don't. The ones I really regret trading off was had a couple of Hamer guitars that were really nice way back in the day, and I traded those 2 Hamers for a Paul Reed Smith. And the Paul Reed Smith was okay. I thought I liked it at first, but it was okay. But then I traded it for something else. I think maybe a Brian Moore. I can't remember exactly. So, but yeah, I've had several different guitars over the years and trade them off. over the past, like, 8 or 9 years, I've pretty much kept all the guitars I had. I hadn't really traded off any, but back in the day, you had to do that to get another guitar, for, put the money down. You didn't have quite enough to get this one you want, but with this guitar and some money, you could get what you wanted.
At a guess, maybe exactly how many guitars do you own right now?
Right at 20 there. Yeah, so some are in better condition than others, but most of them are in pretty good shape, except for the one and a couple of them that got messed up. But most of them are that I've got are pretty good.
Let's talk about one of those ones that got messed up, because I had heard that one of your guitars, an acoustic guitar, suffered at the hands of a bullet. You want to tell us what actually went down to cause that?
Okay, well, I'm in a band called Clear Creek, and we were playing late one night at ours. I'm just the lead guitar player in that band, and we're doing an acoustic set that night, and I was inside the gallery, and I had, like, right here, like this guitar sitting right there, and the acoustic there, and I was sitting here, and the dog was sitting on the other side of the guitar, and our lead singer, his name is Benny. One of the guys that was listening to us came in. He was a younger fella. Anyway, he was showing him some guns, and Benny had a gun. He had a little bitty tiny little 38 Derringer, just a little tiny thing, But he was handing it to the guy, and the guy didn't catch it with his hand, and he dropped it, hit the ground, went pow. It's a bam, And I thought I'd been shot myself, so we were looking. And I turned to look, and when I turned to look that way, the dog turned and looked at me. So the dog thought he had got hit, but everybody was herself. So, and we were all okay. So, well, that's great. Then a couple hours went by, and it's time for me to leave. So when I went up to leave, I went to go grab my guitar, picked it up, flip, 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 and strings flopping everywhere, and a big crack. Oh man, well. There's where the bullet went.
Somebody's written in the chat,
but,
one hit, pow, bang. and you still have that guitar, don't you?
Yeah, it's in the other room.
If you want to, you know what? You go do that, and I'm going to play another one of your songs, yeah? So yeah, let's go and play another song, guys. Right. So, and then we'll say hello to everybody, and we'll be back really soon. Let's play this. Let's play Coffee on My Clock. Boom. Dwight, the Hitman Bailey. Bang.
OBS Studio and setting that up.
Man, YouTube's on autoplay for some reason. Bang! All right, we are back, and Dwight has his guitar. Let's, hey, here it is, folks.
You see our JSL. I forgot it's a hummingbird.
Oh my
Guitar's
God! Look
Gibson
at the bottom.
Yeah, let's see if I can get it turned where you can see it. All right, yeah. And right where you plug it in is where the bullet hit too, which is weird.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's where you plug the guitar in. The bullet hit right there. Where you plug. I don't know how it did that, but it sure did.
Look at the split in that. That is amazing.
It used to have. I don't know if the bullet's still in there or not. It used to clatter around in there. I don't know if it fell out. Yeah. May still be in there. It looked the same. But now the pick guard's starting to peel off too. But man, yeah, I love this song. I took it back to the store because I hadn't had this thing very long, you know, not even a month old. And, you know, Gibson's supposed to have a pretty good warranty. They said, well, if you would have dropped it or something, you know, we may have done something. But since it was shot, you're out of luck. Oh, man.
Shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Warranty. There you go, folks. Warranty doesn't cover shooting the fuck out of your guitars. All right. So take notice. That is sick.
Yeah. And it's a great playing guitar and a beautiful guitar too. I love it. But well, just got to move on. At least it wasn't me.
Yeah,
so,
or the dog.
So you can always get the guitar. You're the dog too. That's right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for showing us that. Let's say hello to folks. Let's say hello to folks in the chat because there's quite a few people here. I'll run through some names because I know you can't see the chat. So hello, who have we got here? We have Russ8889, Ivan Idea, Dragon Lady Music Experience, Kim Hudden Hudson, Doctor's Orders. Gary Hubbs is here. Hetriani's here. Hello, Hetriani. Audible Video, hello to you. I know Metalhead Hippie is here. Pete Johns is here. SM Borthwick, hello to you. Let's see. Patrick and Sean Chandler, both the Chandler brothers are here, so thanks for being here, guys. Brad Example, Ed B Metal, Cy F, and good to see you, my friend. Who else do we have as I scroll through the list? Joe Glenn, Gregory O'Sullivan. Bear is here, and Bear, I saw wrote in the chat before. Can you show us your guns? And I'm like, no, we can't show guns on YouTube. That doesn't work. No, we can't do that, Bear. Who else do we have? We'll go through the list, try and get as many people as I can. So I said Metalhead Hippie's here. As I said at the beginning of the show, he said he was out shopping. Andy Dion's here. Hello, Andy. Who else? Let's go to the bottom and scroll away. X is here as well. Did I say Brad Example? I think I did. Thomas Christ, hello to you. Let's see. Black Covers, hello, Black Covers. If I've missed you, just say your name at the bottom, and I'll try and catch as many as I can. I've got Dragon Lady. Who else? I saw a few other people that I think I've missed, and I can't remember because my brain is mush, and it's too early in the morning. I think I've got most of you anyway. Let's see. Sith Vasquez is here. Vasquez, welcome to you. I think she was here, but she had to go back to work. So I know it's kind of middle afternoon there in the US. So again, folks, Dwight got the time off work today to come on here. So thank you once again for doing that. That's really awesome of you. I hope you didn't get in too much trouble for doing it.
Fingers crossed, AJ. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about what's your favorite guitar that you have.
I guess the favorites, my Silver Surfer. I had it, custom built, back in the day, and I had to work, like I said, a couple summers to pay off that thing,
So yeah, you basically had a poster, yeah, and you had that incorporated into the guitar. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And I was digging through today and actually found a photo taken before while the poster was still on the wall before it turned into the guitar. I'll see if I can get it. I got it right here if I can find it right. I don't know how good it is. It's these old, like these old Polaroid type photos. So it's back in the day, so I can find it.
I love show and tell. Show and tell rocks. And I know Dwight's awesome at show and tell because he's got a lot to show. And I know beside him, he's got a whole swag of guitars sitting there on his bed, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to have a look at some of those soon, guys. Thank you all for being here today. Alrighty, let's go in close on that. All right, so it's the poster over in the background there, the Silver Surfer. So you've had that incorporated into the guitar.
Yeah.
Now, that's not you in that photo, is it?
That's one of my friends. Dude, those are just.
I was going to say, you've changed a lot since then.
It's a picture of when I was in college. Hang on my friend. Let's get another picture. I had a picture in here. There's let's see. There's an old model Charvel I had years ago. I don't know if that one comes in. I don't have that one anymore. That's old model Charvel Model 4.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. And actually, here's one when I was really young. Yeah, I know how good that one's gonna come across.
Oh wow! Look at you.
I had I think I was even before I went to college. That's way back in the day, or it may have been right when I was going to college. Yeah, and that's it. Well, anyway, I found those, and let's see. Yeah, and I actually got the Silver Surfer right here if you want to see it, Jade, or y'all want to see a different one.
We can come back to it. I don't want to make you dance around for me, so I want you to relax and we'll talk a little bit more. I tell you what, there's probably a few people in the chat like myself who are having anxiety seeing old school photos go, and we're all starting to realize how old we are because photos, man. who gets them anymore like that?
Especially the Polaroid ones. They were taking the Polaroid camera,
So you mentioned you played in. You've played in some bands. You mentioned the band that you were playing in when your guitar got brutalized with a bullet. How long were you doing that for? Were you playing gigs? Were you playing at venues? What was the deal with that?
Yeah. We played a lot of Crawfish Bowls and stuff like that. We're called Clear Creek, and we still get together and play. We hadn't played out in a long time though. We're still practicing. So we played a lot of blues and older rock and roll, like Proud Mary, Rolling on the River. Let's do another one like Turn the Page by Bob Seger's, some old Leonard Skinner stuff and a lot of blues stuff, And we played a lot of that. So we did some Crawfish Bowls. Our biggest gig was probably the guy changed their name to the Blues Gang. It's the same band, but he wanted the blues for the Robert Johnson Blues Fest. So we did we played the 2008 Robert Johnson Blues Festival. That's probably our biggest gig, I think 3,000 people there. So that's pretty good for us, since we live in Mississippi. It's not some small towns here,
I want to. Somebody told me that. Well, actually, I think it's not somebody told me. So you dealt with a pretty full on. Am I right here? You dealt with a really full on injury recently.
Yeah. I was in the hospital. I got hurt at work on my foot. I'm diabetic, so I broke my middle toe, and I didn't know it. I walked on it for almost 2 days before I went to the hospital, and I didn't know it, but the bone was sticking out the side. It was in between the toes, so you really couldn't see, and it got infected. So during the July 4th holiday, I was in the hospital the whole time. They had to, amputate that toe.
So you actually lost your toe from that accident?
Yeah, sure did.
Oh my God. Wow, how was that to deal with on how did you cope with like something like that? Yeah,
it was rough. And plus, it's my right foot. It's what you got to press the gas pedal on your car, So I wasn't able to do much of that. And also my drum pedals. You hear my drum machine. That's how I change up the drums, is hitting my drum pedal with my right foot. So I'm having to. It's starting to get better. Just had to. It was a deal trying to get through it. But it's hopefully getting better. Keep my fingers crossed.
So was that this year or was that last year?
I was this year. Yeah,
Wow,
this year. Yeah. And this July 4th, I was in the hospital the whole time.
I'm so sorry to hear that. And it's probably. Look, I was nearly going to say, probably a bad time with all the pandemic stuff going on. But hey, there's never a good time for something like that to happen. So,
right.
Yeah. So, wow, it makes me not want to get a flying V now.
Okay, no, it's not. At work, I was moving a heavy spool trailer through some rough terrain, so.
See, that's what I heard, though, because I just saw, even Patrick Chandler wrote here, should just tell people your flying V fell on it. And that's what somebody told me had happened. and I was like thinking, I'm glad I don't own my Jackson flying V anymore.
Yeah. No, I love my Jackson, my V's, so no. So, yeah, it worked there, with some big, heavy stuff, heavy wire and some rough terrain. I was trying to pull a big spool trailer through some rough terrain, and I guess I got my foot in a bind somehow. And when I did, I guess it cracked and broke, and didn't realize it started hurting. But, I should have went on right then to the doctor, but I didn't. I waited a couple of days.
Hippie's just written here. Me and Dwight are now fellow amputees, so unite.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing, what I'm incredibly happy is that you're here with us and still making music, and I think everybody in the chat's wishing the best recovery and all that kind of stuff. I know you can't see the chat, but there's a lot of love for you. I remember hearing it and just thinking, oh my God, wow, what a traumatic thing to go through. I know I've been through traumatic health stuff, and it's something that all of us kind of have to deal with as musicians. Did it affect your creativity, for writing music? How did that kind of incident affect your creativity?
It did help me a little bit. I mean, the thing was, I was in the hospital for that whole week, when they were guitars or anything. But then I went to my parents' house, my mom and dad at the time, and they stayed in one of their guest bedrooms while I was healing up, and my brother brought over one of my acoustic guitars. So, when I wrote a couple of tunes, well, I already had written those, but I played them again and kind of expounded on a couple of my acoustic tunes, which I actually put them up on my channel too. So there's some acoustic tunes in there. With me just in the acoustic, I mean, the sound quality is not as good as I just had there at the time, and I was actually did those in the guest bedroom there while I was recovering,
So would you say that, being able to do that and play at least an acoustic guitar, do you think that helped you get through that kind of situation better? Or?
Yeah, sure did. So, and gave me something to do too, because with your foot can't get around, you just laying there all day. So that gives you something to do too. So, I changed the strings on it, and then later on, when I was able to get around a little bit with a scooter, I brought another one of my guitars over there while I was recovering and changed the strings on it too. So it gave me something to do too, besides just sitting there looking at the walls.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, I want to bring up some of the iconic things that you are kind of known for. We'll shift the gears from something like that to some of the things that I know make me smile every time I see you release a video. Let's start off with the elephant in the room. I want to know about the cactus. Can you tell us?
Okay. One of my friends, I had met him years ago. I used to play, his name was Chris. I used to drive over there and hang out with him a couple of times to play guitar with him. And and he was that's what he did. He did carpentry work, and he built neon stuff in his spare time. And I think that was one of the last pieces he had done was that neon cactus, and he just gave it to me. So I was surprised. I wonder why he did that, but I didn't know it at the time. But I don't know if it was alcohol disease or something he had. But a couple weeks after that, I didn't know at the time I was drinking some beers. I wish I would have known that. I wouldn't have drinking around him. But a couple weeks later, he found his wife had found him out in the front yard or the backyard or somewhere, passed away because alcohol poisoning.
So sorry.
Yeah, he was a great guy too. He was a good musician in it, and that's why I think something to do with all these words too that I come up with, because he had a little shop, Miss Cactus was in it, and he was writing music too, all kind of songs, and he would actually write all the words all over the wall in that little shop. So that's really interesting to me, So the songs that he was working on, he actually had the lyrics written on the walls,
It's interesting now because, like I would see the cactus and it's become, there's a cactus emoji, so we see the cactuses pop up all the time. And now to know I always just assumed it was, something fun or what, but then now that there's this deeper meaning to it, I think that's a really beautiful tribute that you put up there, because it's become part of who you are, And when I see your clips, I swear if I saw a clip and there was no cactus in it, I would be absolutely devastated.
It's Jade is I keep it right in my bathroom next door after, because I have it right there on my bed, so I'm always worried I'm going to drop it when I'm transporting it, because it's pretty fragile. It rattles. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed I don't drop it one day. Be my luck, because I'm pretty well accident prone. I guess you could tell that by now. But yeah, I love the thing. I just hope I don't drop it one day.
I think you're going to be right. It clearly means so much to you. And so another thing I know I wanted to ask, because you have a few of these things that are like iconic about you. Where did the jacket come from with the tassels?
Yeah, okay. That was when I was in college too. Me and a bunch of my friends. I guess you could say. I think that was one of the guys in that picture I saw. I was drinking the beer. We all went on a trip to New Orleans down there, and as a matter of fact, speaking of how weird it really is, nobody believes these stories, but they really do happen to me. As we went, there was like a voodoo shop down there. So we went in the voodoo shop, and, they had this white powder. It was in like a little thing that looked like an alligator, like a cup thing or something. One of my friends was joking or something, and I don't know how he did it. And he blew that out, and that dust and white dust got all on. But anyway, that's beside the point. We went to voodoo shops. Then we went into the different bars down there. And then we went in this other shop. This leather shop had all these cool leather jackets in it. And there it was, the leather jacket with the tassels. I said, oh, that looks awesome. I wanted a cool jacket back then. So I bought it. So that jacket's over 20 years old now. Probably older than that. Yeah. So I got it. And it's been in my closet for a long time. And I started doing my videos regularly. Then I had this vest I started putting on. Saying, well, that looks cool, I want to do something fun and look cool too. So I said, well, Then I saw that my old leather tassel jacket hanging there. Well, I think Like a Catfish, that might have been the first one I tried it on. I said it looked cool, so I just started doing that. Then I had an old hat in there too, so I started putting the hat on. So, just made it fun.
It was going to be the next question, so you beat me to it. The hat. Because every time I see it, being an Australian, like it kind of reminds me of Crocodile Dundee or something like that. So, how did that come about?
Yeah, you're right. As a matter of fact, I think that may have been one that I got that one from Disney World when me and my brother went down there. So I think it's either was an Indiana Jones one or a Crocodile Dundee one. I can't remember, but it was in one of the shops down there, and that's where I got it from. I can't remember what it was though. It doesn't have it written on it what it is, So, but I got it from down there. So I just kind of scrunched up. I gotta keep on puffing it out or trying to.
Now that you say that, it is more of an Indiana Jones. Definitely, I can see that now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And another one, a new thing that's become more of a signature in recent times is something that you actually won on the show. And I'll before we talk about it, I've got a little bit of a story about this too. So you won a guitar strap made by Lady Rodaline, who's been on this show before. And what's interesting is she made one for me and sent it to me, and I never received it because the Australian customs here are so strict on, you can't actually bring in seeds or anything made of leather or wood. Our customs are so incredibly tight here because of our fragile ecosystem with animals and vegetation and all that. I never got my strap. It never turned up, and they never contacted me, and so they probably just threw it in the bin, the motherfuckers. But yeah, you won one of these on Metalhead Hippie Show. How cool is that strap?
Oh yeah, I love it. As a matter of fact, I'm using it a lot. It's wider than the most straps you get, from the store. So that's great. It gives better support, and and it's just a great strap. I got it right here if you want to see it. Check
Yeah,
it out,
absolutely,
right there.
absolutely.
And yeah, let me grab it right quick. It's right here on this amp. Yeah, I love this thing. As you can see, versus I don't know if you can see it. Like here's this Kiss strap is only this wide. If y'all can see it. And this is a Lady Rodaline straight strap. See, did the dragons on it. Yeah. Here so we can get it close up
It's
shot
got your
of it.
name on it and stuff, doesn't it, too, as well? Is that right or not? I can't remember.
It's got the Metalhead
That's what's
Hippie
on
on
there.
the back of it here. Yeah. Anniversary strap, and it's got this Lady Rodaline straight who made it on there. Back in. Oh, good. This is going to come across. I'll try to put it up there so you can see it.
That's a beautiful strap. Totally handmade.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it's got, oh man, I'm not too good at this camera.
None of us are, mate. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I can see that now. So yeah, she hand makes these, and Lady Rodaline's been on this show before, and she hand makes a lot of amazing stuff like hats and a whole lot of amazing stuff. That strap is absolutely beautiful. I'm so upset that I never got mine.
Yeah.
I feel like going down to the Australian customs and smashing somebody's head in over it. It's absolutely.
Yeah. Great strap. Yeah, I'm loving it, Jade. Yeah, I wish you would have got yours. Yeah, because these it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
How old is that Kiss strap, by the way? It looks like vintage.
Yeah, it's pretty. I've had it a good while now, so I don't know exactly when I've got it. I've had it a long time though. I've had this one. Yeah, I've had it for at least probably 5 or 6 years, maybe longer than that. Got this one too. I've still got thing on it.
So it's hard for us to not go an episode without talking about Kiss, because a lot of people who've come on this show, Dwight, Kiss has been one of the influential bands in a lot of people's lives. And I know they were one of the first bands.
Oh, yeah.
They were the first album that was given to me when I was young. So again, were you a big Kiss fan? Were you one of those kids who donned the makeup and thought you were one of the members of Kiss?
Oh yeah, I never had the makeup. I love Kiss though. Yeah, and I love the one they did, the Phantom of the Opera.
Man.
Was it the movie they made too? It was really cool.
Have you watched it recently?
Fact-
Because you can find it on YouTube.
No, I hadn't seen it. I need to.
I swear,
no.
if you watch it now, the sad thing is you'll be disappointed. When I watched it back, I think I watched it last year and was like, oh my God, I liked this when I was a kid. What was wrong with me?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Definitely didn't age too well.
Right.
So tell us about some of these amps that you have. I can see, the Marshalls you have behind you. How many of these things do you have?
Okay, I've got the Randy Rhoads head. Then I've got the Fender here. Then behind you, I've got another Fender, and then I got another Marshall there behind you too. I'd have to move my camera to be able to see those. And then in my closet, I've got a Jubilee
Holy
head.
shit.
Yeah. I don't know. You think I should move the camera or not there, Jade?
I don't know. Let's
To see
ask
these
the
other
audience. Do you
couple?
guys want to see the other amps? Because the thing why Dwight's asking me is it's hard to get the camera back into position because and it's up to you guys if you want to get vertigo and have the camera move around. That's totally up to you guys. We'll leave it to the people in the chat. Can I do it? Let's do this.
Yeah,
I'm going to do this. Let's do this. I'm going to do a poll. Do you want to see the amps? All right, I'm doing a poll, and let's ask the community. So the poll's gone up.
Oh.
We'll give it a little while to go. Did the poll go up? I can't see if the poll went up. There it is. There's the poll. You guys can vote, and then we'll come back to it, and then we'll try and set the camera up. It's up to you guys. I'm leaving it to you guys because you're here in the audience. What I want to talk about next is, okay, so how do you actually record your videos? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. Just like I've got my phone sitting on the music stand right now. And so I set my phone on a music stand and I get my guitar and I've got a ditto looper pedal and a drum beat pedal. So what I first is I'll come up with a rhythm or a riff, and lay that down and put it in my drum beat pedal, in the ditto looper pedal, as I'm going along with the drum pedal, keeping it in time. Then I'll turn those pedals off, and then I'll get up there and get everything turned on and get in front of the phone, just like I'm sitting right now. I have my guitar on, and then I'll go up to my phone and I just hit the record button on my phone, and I'll start playing. And then as I'm playing, sometimes I'll go straight off into something heavy, but I usually start off with a small intro. Then I'll hit the drum beat pedal and the drums start coming in. Then I'll hit my ditto looper pedal. Then the backing track rhythms will start coming in, and I'll start singing the song, and then and as it's playing, then I'll step on my drum pedal to change the drums up occasionally. And then I'll start doing some solos in it, then start singing again, do some more words to whichever song it is, and as the song's ending, I try to usually turn the drum pedal off. Sometimes I don't. You have to click it twice to get it to turn off. Sometimes I'm able to, sometimes I'm not. Then after it's over with, I just sit there. I have to reach over and hit the stop button on my phone.
Now, there's a reason behind my madness to ask this question and find out how you do it. Before we jump into that, I want to say hello to a few people who've joined us. It's set up by Marshall. I think I saw Laurie's Mishmosh is here. Les Nagy is here. Hugh Caldwell's here. Dave is here. So a few more people have come in. If I've missed you in the chat, Timothy as well. If I have missed you, I do apologize. So now, what this show is normally about, and you've been a part of my channel for a little bit now, this show and these interviews is, as I said at the beginning, to leave people better off than when we got before they came on. So it's to inspire people to do more, right? Or because we're always learning, we're always getting better and better. Now, I just want to know, because do you record your videos through the camera app? Because you use an iPhone, don't you?
Yeah. I put a click on the camera and turn it on to video and turn it around.
And lately you got a interface, yeah?
Yeah, sure have. And it plugs into where my power cord goes into my phone.
And then you plug that into the iPhone, is that right? Okay,
yeah, that's
cool.
right. That's right.
Because so the thing, and I know that here's the deal. There's so much information out there, Dwight. You can go from channel to channel across YouTube, and there's always somebody offering advice and telling you how to do this better and do this better. And I remember when I think I was on Hippie's show, on his little hang show, we were talking about, wanting, and I know you want to get a better quality from your recordings. You want to have a better sound, and your sound has improved. And recently you got the audio interface, and is it a Scarlett? Is that what you got?
It's a Focusrite.
Yeah.
Solo.
Now, since you got that, you've had and you've been using that. Have you noticed like the sound is, because the way you record, if I'm getting this right, is you record through, you're singing through a mic, and you've got a lead, your guitar sounds going into, so you've got two inputs going into your audio interface. Have you noticed that the sound is, one sound's coming out the left and one's coming out the right? Is that what's happening with your videos of recent times?
Yeah, sure was. Yeah. So I got a mixer board to try to compensate for it. So I'm going into this mixer with my guitar straight out my board now, and the microphone into this mixer, and then I'm coming out of the mixer going into the Focusrite, on the left and right. So this mixer's splitting the channels, but the problem now is maybe they're just a little out of time or something in the left and right. So, I don't fix that. So I'm still working on it,
And I remember when you were on this, and this is a good chance to talk about the differences between audio interfaces and mixers, because it's a thing that people still struggle with, because they are two totally different things, and they can do totally different things for your recording. The way you're recording through the photo app, through the camera app on your iPhone, and when you plug in an interface, the way interfaces work, and I've got like one here, just because it's a thing that people, I think, aren't always clear on. Let me just unplug this. So here's, and pretty much all interfaces are the same, yeah? So I have here a Steinberg interface with two inputs, and it's virtually the same thing as your Focusrite, They all do the same thing.
Yeah.
The problem is with the Focusrite or any interface, when you plug into the two channels, it splits one to the left and one to the right? So your voice will be going through the left.
Yeah.
What these are actually good for is for recording music into a DAW, into like GarageBand, or into, if you're using a computer, into Audacity or Reaper or anything like that, yeah? So, and the problem is when you use one of these into an iPhone, into the camera app doesn't understand the stereo mix. So it puts one to the left and one to the right. It just is the way the camera app works, unfortunately. So there's a few workarounds you can do for it. And I just want to clear things up for people here and for you. So hopefully your videos get better, because trust me, everybody here and myself want your sound to get better and better and I'm sure you do as well. Yeah.
Yeah, sure do, Jade. Yeah, the better,
because we want to hear you as clear as possible. So there's a couple of ways if you want to continue using the photo app, and I know yesterday you went out and bought a brand new interface, didn't you?
Yeah, and it didn't work at all. So I got to send it back.
My suggestions are, there's a couple of ways you can do things, and I'm going to run through them for you now, yeah? And for everybody else too. So if you want to use a camera app or anything like that, one way is to use a mixer, and I'm going to show you the mixer I use. Why? Because, and it seems though you just bought that brand new, what was it? Did you buy a Scarlett? Was it a 6-in kind of thing? Is that what it was? The one you...
8 hours.
Sure.
I've got it right here. Let me see, Jay, right quick. Let's see what that. Yeah, I get it. That's in the.
It's a thing, folks. That people, because there's so much information out there, audio interfaces work a certain way and mixers work a completely different way. So for my show here, even while Dwight's grabbing his new mixer, we can go to my desk cam here. So here he is. Yeah. Let's have a look. So this is what Dwight picked up yesterday. We had a chat about this on the call. There it is. So 3rd generation, 8-in, 6-out audio interface. The problem is with it, it's not going to solve his problem. It's just not going to solve his problem because interfaces still split everything left and right. It's just the way they operate, unfortunately, especially with iOS. So when you're recording with a camera, it's not going to solve his problem. But what may solve his problem is two things. So one of them is to get a actual, take that thing back and get an actual mixing desk. So something like
Yeah.
what I use here. Let's go to this camera here. Oops, wrong camera. This one. So, and I know Hippie's just bought one of these as well. Why? Because like one of these little Yamaha things is a mixer, a stereo mixer, and it's an audio interface as well. It has a USB out, and all Dwight would need is one of these and a and yeah, I'm gonna get to that as well, Marshall. So I'm covering two of them today, two different ways to do it. So to get him, because he's already bought this Scarlett, he could take that back and swap it out for something like this, which I don't know, these things are worth like $200, probably cheaper than that thing he's bought there. And you've got a USB out, and all you would also need, Dwight, is one of these, an Apple USB 3 camera adapter. See if I can bring it up. One of these. Okay. So these things, I'll just bring it up on the screen. One of these. So these things will allow you to plug in the USB into here, and then the lightning cable goes into your phone. And that will give you, from the mixing desk, a stereo sound. So there's that option. The other option is that you can actually record with your phone. You can record the video, and you can record the music in GarageBand as well. You could actually do that. So you could use the mixer that you have now, record the music straight into GarageBand, and then even shoot the video later. So you have options. But if you just want to go straight into the camera app and just record straight in and not have the split sound, if you're taking back that Scarlett that you just got, I would recommend getting something like a small Yamaha mixer like that. And that would probably it definitely would make a difference, because as you can see here, you've got your mic inputs, so you can add your mics up there.
Yeah.
Whoops. I can't zoom out now. What's going on? Let me zoom out. Oh man, iOS, what is going on? Look at this. I can't even zoom out. How do I? There we go. No, let me go back. We'll try that again.
Oh.
God damn. I'll try not to zoom in too far. So yeah, you have your inputs up the top there. Maybe. Can we get that to work this time? We'll try one more time. God, my iPad's playing funny buggers today. There we go. So yeah, you've got your inputs up the top, and those are combo jacks. So you could just put a guitar in there, or you could put So that's what I would recommend. If you've already spent the money on that Scarlett and you want to take it back and swap it out, that's what I would recommend. But the original Focusrite that you have, you can use that for recording music. You could use this thing for recording music into GarageBand as well. So, I mean, it's up to you. Like, you could even mime along. You could record in GarageBand, and you could record the song in GarageBand and then shoot the video later. You do have options. But if you want to continue, I believe, doing the way you're doing it now straight into your iPhone, I would grab a mixer, because it's an interface and a mixer at the same time. You're not gonna have to worry about the sound splitting left and right. That's just my opinion, and there's going to be lots of people who are he can plug in the drum pedal through the mixer as well, because you've got all these plugs up the top here. So you can definitely add in your guitar, your drum pedal, all of it, all into the one desk. And that just makes sense. So for a solo live performance, hopefully this will help. But, as any time, Dwight, I just want to let you know, there's a whole heap of us here who are more than willing to help at any time, because we all want your sound to get better. And I'm not trying to lecture or anything today. That's the one thing I want to make sure. And I hope everyone else has got a little bit of information about this too, that there is a difference between mixers and audio interfaces, yeah? So it's good to be aware, so you're not like throwing money down the toilet. I'm going to check the poll now, if that's cool. 80% of people want to see your amps. So if you want to show us around with your amps now, let's go for it, man. Yeah, let's go. You ready, folks? If you're going to get vertigo now, leave the fucking room because you've had your fucking warning. You got it? Let's go full screen. This is going to get wild.
Right. I'll try to move it kind of slow. Let's see. All right. There's my mixer right there. I don't know. Is it not too
you're
fast?
fine.
Is it doing okay,
you do what you want, my friend. You can pick it. You can pick it up if you want. You can move it around. I don't care. I'm not going to get dizzy. So there's one of your Marshalls there. Wow, look at the front of that cab. Holy shit. Can you go down a little bit?
Yeah.
Look at that, man. That's sick. What's the story behind that one?
I saw it on Musician's Friend, so I just ordered it. So it was cool, because I got my Randy Rhoads head, and I was looking for a white cabinet to go with it. I couldn't find any of the white original cabinets, but I saw that. I ordered that, so that was nice. Cool, yeah. There's a Marshall to go with, yeah. Actually, just recently, I got this Marshall stool, too. So that's cool. Then right here's my Gibson V there, and it's a custom shop V there. Thing.
Beautiful.
The flame on that. Yeah.
Damn.
And it plays like, yeah. Gibson there, yeah. And here's one of my older cabinets. I'll kind of make assume there's a Jubilee cabinet there. That's one I had that since 1987. Wow. I got those.
Man, that's gonna be vintage soon. Is it vintage already?
Yeah. There's a silver. I actually built this cabinet. It's got the Celestion, those what are those nickel cream speakers in it, and it's an old Fender head. It was a combo. I cut it up and I built the head out of it.
Look at that, with the Hulk on it and everything. That's sick.
Yeah. But that sucker's a monster too.
Will that blow some windows out?
Yeah, it will. Matter of fact, you can see it's always the one that's taller than me.
Holy shit, man. Do you feel sometimes a little bit small being in that room with all those amps surrounding you?
Yeah, sure do. Yeah.
I love it.
Let me back up because that's what it is. Yeah, sucker's big. Yeah. Then I've got, and let me come around this way. Here's my Gibson guitar, and this one's actually a Marshall guitar. It's Gibson, but it's the Marshall thing. As you go, I don't know if you can see. I don't know how good my camera work is. Can you see the Marshall logo on there? Or I don't know
if you lift it up a little bit. Oh yeah.
Okay. So that's on like the 12th fret.
Go down. Yeah, go down a little bit. Point it down. Yeah, there we are. There it is. It's in shot now.
Yeah, I also got the 50th anniversary. They only made 50 of these, the Marshall 50th anniversary. And it's a gold type. It's an R7. Wow. And it's aged by Tom Murphy too. Their aging person or whatever that relic them.
Do you keep all your guitars in tune? Do they stay in tune in your room? Mine never stay in tune in my room.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I guess I think it's because I live on a third story. My house has 3 stories, so because I'm up high, it gets really hot, and all my guitars just go out of tune because of the heat in this room.
And actually, right there, I've got the cover on it, but there's a Dave Mustaine Marshall cabinet. He's even got his logo on the cover of it there.
Holy shit! Look at that! What the hell?
Yeah,
dude, you have some amazing stuff there.
All right, thanks, Jade. Here's the Silver Surfer guitar.
Oh man, look at that. Can you drop it down a little bit, the camera?
Yeah.
Look at that. That is a thing of beauty. So you said that took a year. So you sent off the poster and it took a year for them to actually put that together. Wow.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah,
Is my camera
we can see
okay?
that
I
fine.
can't
Yeah,
tell.
it looks beautiful.
Yeah. And there's a dark planet right there. I don't know if you can see that in the background. It's actually a planet right there in the darkness. Like
Yeah,
a dark
amazing.
planet. Yeah.
Dude, it'd be like going through a guitar. It's somebody here. Your place is like Guitar Center. You just need to put a sign up. No playing Stairway to Heaven.
That's right. Yeah. And then and here's the one I play on a lot too. This get some custom shop Florentine with the Bixby, you know. And it's a quilt top, and it's a semi-hollow. It's got the Bixby on it. I don't know how good my camera work is. I don't know if
that looks beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah, and what I like about this one is the pickup rings are black on it.
Yeah, wow. There's a lot.
Normally it'll give some white, you know, but that one came with black ones, so that's cool.
A lot of jealous people in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Here am I sitting here with my cheapy LTD guitars going.
Yeah. Then I got the Fender Vibro King amp right there, and then here's my acoustic Guild right there. And this is called the Peacock model. It's got
look at the top of that.
Peacocks on it, you know. Yeah. Yeah, and it's made of Hawaiian koa wood. And you can see the flame in it pretty good guitar. Too.
That's a beautiful guitar.
Yeah, thanks, Jade. Yeah, a little bit. And then it's got Imperial tuners on it, you know.
Look how beautiful that is.
Get up here, and then here's my other Jubilee cabinets, and there's the Randy Rhodes head there. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, we've got that in
my
shot.
camera okay there, Jay? Okay.
Man, that's some beautiful stuff. So is that the main one you so yeah. I'm a bit flabbergasted.
Yeah, I think
you have a guitar museum happening in your room. It is amazing.
Pedal board there, one of them, and the one down there is the one that's got my Beat Buddy drum machine on it, and the Ditto looper pedal down there. So when I press that turns on the drums. Yeah, and then there's the turns on my other thing. I had to turn my stereo on to hear it. And the Freeman, there's my overdrive, the Freeman pedal there. And a couple others, but those are the main ones I use there. And when I usually leave this reverb pedal on kind of low.
Russ has written in the track in the chat, your guitars deserve a USB mixer. we deserve to hear those things clearer now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And there's some of my got them
Holy
out
shit.
Right there.
What the hell? Look at that, folks. Man, can you imagine being surrounded by those 24 hours a day?
Yeah, this is a orange burst telly. I don't know if you can see, it's got a lot of flame on it too. And it's a limited edition. And even on the back, it's got a lot of flame on it.
Guitar.
Yeah. It rings out. See, and that's the Les Paul. That's a regular standard here, one a newer one. Then this is the one I play on a lot. I like this one. This is the Ace Frehley R9. You know?
I'm guessing Ace Frehley was your favorite out of Kiss.
Yeah, it sure was. Yeah, of course I like the other ones too, Gene and Paul Stanley.
Ace was my favorite as well when I was a kid. I wanted to be a space dude.
Yeah. That's right. And here's the Alex Lifeson one I've got. So Les Paul's got the the Floyd Rose on it. Yeah, and it's a Rubin's quilt, and this one's an access guitar too. So it's know how well that'll come across, but see, it's got
Oh,
the belly
wow. Look at
cuts on
that.
and stuff, and on the back.
That's a beautiful thing. Very impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Jade. Then I've got my other Ace Frehley guitar right here. So the USA one. You know, this is the Ace Frehley one here. It's got the quilt. I don't know if how well that comes across. Got that quilt on it. Like, yeah. Oh, this one has got
Holy
3
shit.
humbuckers in
So
it
that
there.
had like a velvet quilt over the top of it. Oh my God. I don't know if I want to play it or fuck it.
Yeah, there you go. Ace Frehley, the quilt right there. Then I don't know how well my camera works.
You're doing good, man. You're doing well.
Okay.
Dr. Zordas wrote in the chat, question is, do you sleep with these guitars?
Yeah. No, they're close, but I don't quite. So yeah.
Marshall's left a
And here's
smart ass comment, of course. All due respect, Bath.
Then I also got these 2 Jacksons over here. Here's one of my other favorite Jacksons here. It's a burnt cherry burst. Believe it or not, this has got some pretty cool flame on it. I don't know how that comes through. This one's burnt cherry burst.
Yeah. Oh wow. God, look, nice pickups in there. I'm guessing Jackson are one of your favorite brands.
Yes, sure
Yeah,
are.
I've
Yeah.
owned 3 Jacksons, and every one of them has been absolutely beautiful. Even like I had a cheap, I had a King V, and I think it was only like, I don't know, $700 Australian. So what's that? It's probably like $500 US. But that thing was beautiful. Never went out of tune ever. It was just a joy to play. Unfortunately, I lost it somewhere.
Oh no, yeah. I'm loving all my Jackson. I even got one that's made in Indonesia. It's not. I don't hardly ever play it, but it does okay. You know, it's nothing like the USA ones like those, but it still does okay. And I've got a King B too. Don't play as much. These have a little bit thicker necks than those, and because they're what do you call it? The neck through too. It goes all the way through the body. Yeah, I got that one tuned down there. Then I got this one here too. It's got the planets on it. It's kind of dark on it. You see that
drop
one?
it down a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's got the universe and stuff on that one.
It's on it now. Nice. That looks beautiful.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Jay.
Well, thank you for giving us a tour of your guitars. You can sit back down and chill, and we'll try and get your camera set back up again. How cool was that, folks? So thank you very much, man. That was so impressive.
All right, thanks, Jay. Yeah, I'm gonna make it that. Yeah, I got a little mini stack right there too. Yeah. Let me turn it back around and make it kind of wobbly for a second by coming back around.
That's all right. Let everyone else get vertigo. No, you did well. Look at that. You did well. Camera's perfect, mate. Perfect.
All right, awesome, Jay.
Nice job. Round of applause for Dwight, who did a fantastic job taking us on the tour. Yes, thank you very much. And as I said, that poll was very well worth it. Thank you so much for the tour of the guitars and the amps. Let me bring myself back here. There we go. Awesome stuff. Boom, as Epi would say. So we're at the hour and a half mark. We'll go out. We'll finish off with a song as well. But I want to ask you a couple of things. Are we gonna get?
Yeah, sure, Jay.
What I'd really love to see, if it's not this year, here's the deal. You already have an audio interface. And I welcome you to, like, I've said this to you before, like when we had a Hang On Hippies thing, to, you have the iPhone now, you've got GarageBand, you've got an audio interface. are we going to hear you actually record some music? Because the beautiful thing is with GarageBand, right? And Pete's show is really amazing for this. There's plenty of things. What I do recommend, if you really want to get to know GarageBand, I'm not trying to be a shill for Pete, but Pete has a really cool GarageBand tutorial thing. I think it's like, I don't know how much it is. It's like $10 or something. You pay for it once and you get a whole setup on all the basics of GarageBand, how to do the drums on there, how to set everything up. You've already got an audio interface. And I recommend doing it. Maybe if Tom's in the chat, he might be able to post a link to it. I can send a link to you because it's a really handy thing that you get a lot out of, and it's super cheap, and you don't have to troll through the videos on Pete's thing. Because I want to know if next year, I want you to release some music, man. Not just on YouTube. I want to see you release a song on DistroKid with drums. Is that a possibility? Is that something that you want to do?
Yeah, I want to do it. I just, I wouldn't know how to begin. I'd have to try to work on it. I'd love to do it. I don't even know how do you do it on DistroKid.
For starters, as I said, so even Thomas has put a link in here for the course. I'll send you a link for it. It's a really handy thing because you've already got the iPhone. You've already got the, it's a fantastic beginner's course, and it has the drums built into it. Everything's all in there. And I reckon it'd be so cool. And I'm sure everybody's going to agree to actually have you, and you don't need to even release it on DistroKid, but to actually record something in GarageBand, start really simple, and just to have, a nice clean recording, I think it would be super cool. And I think everybody would agree to have you like put something out instead of just a recording in front of a camera. So I would love to see in 2021, Dwight Bailey release a track and just, make something. And you know what? My channel's here for you. I know Pete's channel's here. It's something that, you ever want to reach out and get any help with that kind of stuff. There's a whole lot of us here that definitely want to help, man. Okay.
Yeah. I'd love to. Like I said, I might give it a shot. I can't promise it'll turn out good, but I'll sure try something in GarageBand. Like I said, I got it onto it once on my phone, but I just, couldn't figure it out yet. But, I'll give it another shot,
And S.M. Borthwick, there's a whole lot of people here in the chat are all saying they want to hear it. And as well, Kim has written here, unless it's not fun for you. Like, people, I can say I'd love you to do it as much as I can, but it's totally up to you, But I'm just saying as somebody who knows you, and I'm sure a lot of people here, we'd love to hear it. So you already have the interface. Hopefully we can sort out the mixer or whatever it is. But GarageBand's just the perfect place to start. And as I said, Pete has a really cool thing that can help. I just think it would be awesome to see that next year. And I think everybody would be really super impressed. And yeah, it's just my opinion. You can take it or leave it. Tell me to get fucked if you want.
I could try, yes, worth a try. I've been trying all these different stuff to make it sound better. So, yes, worth a try anyway. I can't promise I'm going to succeed at it, but I'll try anyway. Yeah.
Because you definitely, from my time and getting to know you today, you're definitely a person who has faced some adversity and very disciplined. Clearly, I don't know how you've afforded all that stuff. As I said in the beginning, I think, to be that disciplined, to save all that money and be able to afford all that crazy stuff, that's a lot of discipline. So I congratulate you on that and look forward to hearing more music from you. I'm going to hit you up with the last question for today that I ask everybody. And it's, and then I'll thank you for coming on. If somebody came up to you, Dwight, and said, hey, I'm thinking about like learning guitar or starting to play music or something like that, and they're like, when should I start doing it? When do you think they should start? When should somebody start playing music if they love it?
I guess to me, I was 13 and I liked it. I guess if you, to me, like music, just whenever, if you want to pick it up, don't hinder anybody. Just let them start playing. That's my way of thinking. It's like I said, I was young when I was 13 when I started playing. And I always loved it since then. So, somebody else likes it and they're able to pick up a guitar or sing or something, just let them go for it. That's the way I look at it anyway.
There's no time like now.
Yeah.
Well,
that's right. Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I want to thank you for sharing your story, for showing us around your amazing collection of music, for taking the time off work to spend today with us, and just for being you. Like, every time I see you on Metalhead Hippie Show, I get a smile on my face, and everybody does. I know I can speak for everybody for that. You're a really beautiful, kind soul. And I just think you're awesome, my friend. So I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today.
All right. Thank you, Jade. And thanks for having me on. I enjoyed it. I had a great time.
Absolute
Thank you,
pleasure.
Jade.
I want to thank everybody here as well who've come out in droves today to support Dwight, support this channel as well. Thank you all so much. We're going to go out today with a song that was requested by a few people. And I don't know which one to do. You know what? I'm going to probably... Which one do you think So a few people told me they want to hear me play Peanut Butter on my iPhone. Can you tell us a little bit about Peanut Butter on my iPhone?
Yeah, just Peanut Butter. I was watching YouTube. It may have been Metalhead Hippie or somebody, and I like to eat peanut butter sandwiches, at night. And so when I got some peanut butter on my phone, I said, there it is. I spilled a little bit, wasn't much, and wiped out, but there's peanut butter on my phone. I don't think I can use it anymore. So
I love it so much. All right, so we'll say goodbye. I want you to hang on the phone call, so stay on the Skype call with me, and I'll play out this song, and then once the show's over, I'll catch up with you after the show. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Dwight, for being so fucking awesome. And this is... I'm going to play the old one because you've got a few versions of it. I'm going to play the shorter one. And then if that's too short, I might even play the second one. But let's go out. This is Peanut Butter on my iPhone. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic day. Rock on, Dwight. You're a legend. And we'll see you again on the next How to App on iOS. Take care, everybody, and see you later. Bye.
Yeah, goodbye.
All right, how do I do this? I can't even work my own show. Holy shit, let's do this.
What can I do? Because peanut butter got on my phone. Yeah, got on my phone. No, what can I do? What can I do? I spilled, yes I spilled on my phone. On my phone, yes I did. Peanut butter got on my phone, yes it did. Got on my phone.